All right, here we go. Monday night, Smarter Than You podcast. Cofield in for JVT, who's on vacation. We'll talk about JVT a little bit in his vacation and also what to expect in July. Probably a full month of no Smarter Than You podcast. What's up, Adam?
Not much. How are you tonight?
Long time no speak.
Yeah.
I just, as I am prone to do for a bargain, I just hit 5 different targets in the last hour and 45 minutes.
Wow. What do they have on sale?
Apparently nothing, because I keep missing it every goddamn year. So Targets they're weird. They do their summer like patio clear out 4th of July, which is nuts. And sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I get stuff. And like last year, they didn't stock anything because of the pandemic. So last year I went to a bunch of them and I was like, fuck, man, they don't have anything. This time around I go, yep, and Brady nails it. So I guess the kids are going back to school. So now they moved it up another week. So I guess they started last weekend. So like I hit 6 different targets today and I just hit 5 in the last like 2 hours. And nothing. Just all cleared out. I'm like, God damn it.
Did you have a list of things that you wanted?
I'm just looking for some patio furniture. But there was almost nothing. Like looking for some patio sets, because if you can get them for 50% off, they're kind of worth it.
Yeah. And
then Brady says, may or may not have managed a target for 5.5 years. So there you go. And then actually an employee told me at the first one I hit, he's like, yeah, they're going back to school a little bit early. So they started clearing out the summer stuff now. I'm like, all right, it's freaking like 8 days into summer, but whatever.
And you can't buy it online, obviously.
No, it's not. I checked online. So it's kind of whatever you can find. So probably a bunch of parents with their kids going back to school bought all the furniture. You can't even use it, you pricks. By the way, when does school start? Anyone?
No idea. I saw a bus the other day, and I was like, what the hell is that thing? I hadn't seen them in so long.
Do it. Get these punks off the street. Now that they stole all my patio furniture on sale, I want them to go back like freaking July 15th. So August 10th normally? Are they going August 3rd or I don't know what's going on?
That's not normal. Normal is after Labor Day, I thought. Because they don't.
You have no idea.
Mean, I do. Well, I know that what I remember it being was that, I think, this year for sure, because they have to get back. But I'm saying normally it's not then. Because I remember, now I know this is a long time ago, but I remember the reason that we started late here as compared to where I've lived in the past is because it's too hot to cool the schools in August. So I don't think normally it's August 10th.
Brady's saying it hasn't been that way for like 20 years.
All right, well, that's fine.
Well,
I guess that was fine.
That's why. What is this? So, your target's being upgraded. It's super ridiculous. It's being upgraded again. I went to all the targets on the north side. For people who live out by like Aliante and then over by North 5th. Anyone on the stream tonight who lives out there? Like, what is it like? My God, it's far away from the strip. I guess it doesn't matter if you work at home, but man, I looked over a couple times driving on the 215 and I'm like, Jesus, that's far.
I would say some of my really good friends live over there. And they're always like, how come you never come meet us like for dinner or like where we're going out? I'm like, it's like a fucking different state.
Wait, where are they going?
Because they all live like right around Aliante.
Get out of here. And they're asking you to go up there?
Well, because they always meet like in the city or like around, downtown or
right.
I'm like, yeah, that's doable for both. Like Aliante is like it's in Utah.
From you, it's far.
It's so far.
And then that was a great thing I looked at. I'm guessing it's like BLM land. I was on North 5th because I've been to all these targets before because this is the kind of moronic stuff I do. I will spend $20 in gas because I think I'm saving a bunch of money. So like during Christmas clearance, I will go and comb every target. And I hit like 7 targets. And for Christmas clearance, I did okay. But my God, tonight at night at like 9:30 at night, I was at North 5th. And I hit up the North 5th, the Decatur, the Centennial, the Tenaya, the Rainbow, and Spring Mountain, and I think I'm missing a sixth. But yeah, North 5th and 215. I looked over and I was like, wow, people live out here. I guess they don't have to go down to the Strip ever.
It's by the Speedway.
Yeah, it's far. Yeah, Tony saying my cousin lives there at Aliante. Adam is right. I'm sure it's nice. Everything's new.
I guess.
Believe me, Brady. Believe me. That's part of the strategy. I have to just find time. The early clearance is throwing me off, so I'm gonna have to race to freaking Charleston and Nellis is a little bit far away from where I live now, but it's not impossible. It's not. That's bullshit. It's not that far. I live in the middle. I kind of live in the middle of the city now.
You didn't go to my Target?
I don't even know where what's your Target?
Blue Diamond in 15.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think I missed it. I went to, like I said, I went to five tonight, and it was just like there was nothing left. And then, then the one place it's all mismarked. Some of it's 30% off, some of it's 50. The kid who's working is like, I thought it was supposed to be 50. I'm like, yeah, forget it. I like start fighting the kid.
So that was a 2-hour journey for you?
Yeah, but it's so what's crazy? And wait, is there one at Sky Canyon? Is it all the way up by?
I think he's saying he lives in Sky Canyon.
Okay. Yeah, it takes me 25 minutes to get to the Spaghetti Bowl. No, I didn't know if there was a Target by the Smiths that has the bar up north, which I really enjoyed. What?
There's a Smiths with a bar?
There's a Smith. There's actually two in town. I forget where the other one is. There's a Smiths way up north off of the 95 that, it actually has like a bar with like, I don't know, 9 seats. All the beer's a little bit cheaper. It's like slightly above the price in the store. It's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Okay, so Centennial Hills. I hit the one at Centennial Hills.
Jesus, you did the whole tour of the Northwest.
Well, Centennial Hills is like one of the closest to where I am. The North 5th is not close to where I am.
That's true.
So, but anyway, when I was driving up and down 215, I was like, maybe they're going to build out here. I'm not sure if that's BLM land to the north of the 215, but I got to tell you, like, I got a little nostalgic. I was like, oh, this is what it used to be like around a lot of town, a lot of Las Vegas area. Like, there was nothing here. Like 215's kind of just all clear. I felt like I could only drive 65 because it's not that well lit. Of course, when I saw a Metro and one of those freaking pickup trucks, I was like, shit, I got to drive 65. All right.
Random side note, I was actually on one of my favorite streets in the valley Saturday. And it's still kind of cool. And I don't even know how many people have been on this. Like, it's a little area, but it's between, I guess it's Pecos and Eastern, like where the roundabouts are. You know what I'm talking about?
Pecos and Eastern.
Yeah. If you like, you can drive from Pecos to Eastern, like on 215 or on Wigwam or on like St. Rose. Like, there's all those ways, but there's one way that you can go. Like, you can cut from like Green Valley Ranch over to the Walmart. I think it's Serene, maybe.
There you go. Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, there. And the houses are unbelievable. Yeah. And literally, you're in the middle of the city, but you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. And the view of the Strip is still amazing. And I hadn't been on the road in a while. It's over where I used to live, like growing up, and I thought it'd probably be a lot more built up. I go down the road probably once every 3 or 4 years or so. And as I was on it, I was like, God, it's still awesome over here. Like, that is a really cool part of town.
Oh, there's so many sleeper neighborhoods around Vegas. Look at Art. What's up, Art? Art saying it's still BLM. Wow. What's going on, Art? One of our favorite AEs. Used to take care of me.
I'm saying, yeah, it's between Pecos and Eastern, I'm saying. So, yeah, right. He's saying they're parallel. They are. I'm saying the road that goes, there's a curvy road with roundabouts that goes in between them. With a bunch of really cool houses.
So what is it?
I think it is Serene.
Okay, it's Serene.
I think so.
I don't know if I've been through there.
It's really, the houses are really cool. Older, some of them are older, some are newer. They're really modern, fancy. They all look different, which is obviously very different than most of the valley. It's awesome. I love it.
Like a Catholic church there, Casablanca Rick.
I think it's all houses. So yeah,
Ray is saying it's Serene. That's how he gets to GVR sometimes.
Well, I was going from GVR to Chuck E. Cheese on Eastern. Actually, that was the route. And it was cool.
Everyone's down with Serene, even Razorback Scoop. There you go. Between In and Out and GVR.
Yeah, it's awesome, and that's exactly the route I was going. So that's why I was going there. But I just wanted to. You were saying it's cool to see like the old school Vegas like that. That's a neighborhood that's old. I mean, like the Rancho Estates area has been that's a really cool area over by Rancho and 95. But I like that neighborhood. It's a really old neighborhood, but I really like that neighborhood out on Eastern. But what I was really getting to was you said you spent the last 2 hours trolling targets, just randomly finding them.
No. Are you gonna reveal? This is. Let me tell you right now. If it's going towards your pet saga,
no,
this is not. Is it or not?
No, she's right here.
She's good.
She's out of the hospital, but she's not herself.
What a nightmare.
Sad. She's kind of just laying there, but she's at least alert. She like understands what's going on.
Well, so be thankful she's still here because I think Koken is putting his cat down tomorrow or Wednesday. He dropped that bomb on us. Poor Bo, who's like 19. Oh, he was like, he's like, we gotta put him down. So he's having I know you just paid a lot of money for Lucy. I paid. Actually, that's funny. My cat Lucy, we had to pay. It's like fucking more to go to a veterinarian for dental work than me. Now I'm not. Now, thanks, Lucy. I'm not getting those goddamn caps I need because of you. Dave said he's got. I think he was saying it was like $100 to $200. Actually, have a vet come out and put his cat to sleep at home, which is kind of cool. I think it's a nice touch. Odds that Koken sheds a tear. He might. He's had the cat. I think he's had the cat for like 15 years. You don't think so?
Oh, I do. I'm saying I do.
Yeah, Brady said he seems nonchalant about it. I think that's just the way Dave is going to present it publicly, but I'm sure Dave said. Sucks, man. You have a cat that long?
Yeah. I thought my Lucy was dying on Saturday. I thought she was dead. I thought it was the last night, and I held her and cried for like 6 hours. I'm not sure.
You're losing it?
Say that. I was losing it for sure. And now she's still here. I mean, hey, buddy. She's trying to get up. She can't really. I mean, like once every 3 or 4 hours, she can take a walk, take a little stroll, and then plop back down. Hopefully,
I don't know about that, Art. I don't know if he's soft inside. I don't know about that. But when you've been with anything for 19 years, or however long he's been with the cat, so, and yes, no one doubts that Adam's a crier. It's very select, weird times that he cries.
Hard Knocks.
Because he laughs. Yeah, Hard Knocks cut day. When you know it's coming.
I found this is going to sound awful. And this was not where I was going, by the way. What I was going to tell you is I spent my last 2 hours watching the first 2 episodes of This Is Pop.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. After my pitch today.
So I did. I watched those 2, so we could talk about that at some point.
All right.
But I understand where listen to this whole thing before anybody over, because if this is going to sound really bad if somebody pops into the little part of this conversation. I told you the other day, and I don't think we've said this on the air at all, that the apartment collapse in Florida has really bothered me, and I think like there's some psychological reasons, of like that I've had of like I've talked about it before of like I can't sleep without my door if my door's open. Like it's like a safe space thing where like no matter what, if I'm all by myself, whatever, I need the door locked. I need like that, and to have that, like to be at home, like those people were, and just like they thought they were home for the night and safe and everything's good, and then their house collapses. It's like it really is bothering me. It's really getting to me. But I've also always said like no matter how bad a situation is, there's always like humor to be found. And I got like a really good laugh out of one of the news reports, even though it was really sad. So understand that in the whole context of it, it's really devastating to me and it's been crushing me and I've been hurting from it, even though it was really sad. Just replaying it. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So there was a lady who lives, for those that haven't, I'm not laughing at the people missing, Greg. So for those that haven't been paying attention to it, there's two parts of the building, right? And one of the parts of the building was all the apartments were ocean view, and the other part, all the apartments were city view. And the part that collapsed was all the ocean view places, right? And so the ones that have city view, like that building is still standing. I mean, they can't live in their house right now, but the building is still standing. And so there was an interview with a lady who she lives in the city view building, and so she's, they're okay, they're out, they're evacuated, and she was crying, but she was saying that she's been giving her husband a hard time for years because they couldn't get one of the ocean view buildings. She's like, every day I'm like, you were supposed to get me an ocean view, you promised me an ocean view, what is wrong with you, why couldn't we get an ocean view? And she's like, she brought it up all the time and like nagged him about it for years and years. And then she's like, and if we would have got that, we'd be dead now. And I was like, do you think that guy, like in the middle of the night when that building collapse rolled over, he's like, I told you so, I told you so? Like,
you know what? If he didn't, look out from here.
Right.
By the way, you think I would do that?
Yes.
You bet your ass.
Yeah. But like, to me, it was like, it was a really sad moment, and I've been like really devastated by this thing, and it's been crushing me. But that's the kind of thing of like, I say it all the time that there is humor that can be found in anything, but it's hard sometimes. But in this one, it's been real hard. And then I was like, oh my God, like what a relationship moment that is, for like, that guy's been hearing that for so long. And then all of a sudden he's like, yep. What happened to the ocean view? Now you got your ocean view. Like, it's just such a bizarre thing, but it really did kind of make me laugh a little bit. Kind of cheer me up of the absolute devastation and the, it's been, like I said, it's been more than other disasters. It's been affecting me for sure.
Verbalize again. Why?
Why? What? Oh, it's a.
Why have been so affected by it?
I think it is. I don't know why. It's just my amateur psychology. But I've talked on the show before, on this show, about some of my mental illness, and one of it is like I can't sleep if my door is open. Like, it doesn't matter if nobody's there, nobody's around. It doesn't matter if I'm in an empty building. No matter what, I can't do it. The hotel has to be deadlocked, deadbolted. Like, I just need that. Like, once I'm in a room, once I'm in a place to sleep, like, I need that protection, or I don't know if it's protection or what. I don't know what the right thing is, comfort, or I don't know, but I just need that to have any kind of sense of like security, I guess. And I don't know, like, I have no idea if it's how long I've been, how many times I moved around as a kid or what. I don't know what it is. I have no idea, but that's just a mental thing I have. And I think like somebody's house just collapsing in the middle of the night, like, is really getting to me of like, oh, even at home,
yep,
you're not safe. Like, I promise you that last night as I was going to bed, I was like, I wonder how the foundation is in this house. I think it's good. It's a pretty new house, but it got to me. And I usually don't get natural big disasters, not natural disasters, but major disasters never usually get to me, but it kind of did. And I think that's why.
I get it.
It could also be, yes, that we saw Andrew Cunanan in the parking lot at Shoney.
And you could have saved a couple of people, right? At least a couple, right?
Could have saved Versace
if you'd gotten to him quickly enough.
I didn't believe it.
What's up, Cameron? Oops. Punching up crazy ones.
Yeah.
Is this really a phobia?
Wow. I have it. So that's crazy. I mean, it's a stretch, Brady, to say I killed Versace, but I mean, I could have saved him. If I trusted my instinct.
Damn. That's deep.
Why are you doing this to me? Dude vanished in a sinkhole.
We got to look that one up.
No, don't. Why are you doing this to me?
Like the whole house went in the sinkhole, or he lived in a ranch and just his bedroom went in the sinkhole?
That's not good. No, I'm scared of that. There's no sinkholes here, are there?
Sure, we're gonna find out.
I hope not.
Yeah, we talk about this nostalgia that I was talking about driving around on the north side of town and it's real quiet and not built up. That's what Willie's for on Friday nights. We talk about I'm not saying that Willie gets hookers, but we talk about 20 and 30 years ago when things were different down on the strip.
Shut up, Brady. Actually,
so high, he's got a big sinkhole problem.
I can't give it away, but last Monday on the show, for those that were here, there was a comedian on, Brett Ernst, who was great. I went and saw a show on Saturday.
God, those guys were great. Chuck and Brett were great. Chuck and Brett, really good. And they really hit. I really got what they were doing with their podcast, especially at the end. Chuck was great. Brett was great. So Brett has a Tuesday, Wednesday residency that he's doing at the Strat. And then he's got, he just did Friday night, the South Point?
Yeah, it was Friday. Yeah, you're right. Friday night. I went and saw, we got there a little bit late. Me and Von Tobel went out there. So we saw like the second half of his show. Really good. But it reminded me, I brought it up because not only was he on the podcast last Monday, but you posted that comment about half off hookers at IP. His closing joke was a pretty good Vegas hooker story. I could do it. I could tell the story, but I'm not going to because people might want to see him, and I don't want to butcher it and or give away his closer. It was good.
And then you had a Reynolds like experience, except you weren't trying to be Reynolds.
Oh yeah, well that I'm.
Can you fill in the audio? We Reynolds, he is what he is. He's an interesting guy. Producer from back in the day, moved on to VSiN, and he's doing stuff now. But he loved having comedians on, and then he loved going to the shows. And then when he was at the show, it was always a little bit. How do you describe it?
Well, he would want to be like part of the entourage kind of thing.
Yeah, he would chat up the comedian.
Well, I think the problem is like when you, I don't know. It's weird. Like when you are, I don't want to say we are like a status or whatever, but like when you're introducing yourself, you're saying like where you're from, what you do, or whatever, so they know who you are, like how you're connected. And then I think even Reynolds' case, he would do it on purpose, I think. But in our case, like it just becomes kind of awkward. Like I literally, oh boy, I think I could actually answer. In Reynolds' case, I think you would do it on purpose, maybe. In my case, I just, I went up to Brett after the show and I was like, hey, I didn't get to talk to you on Monday, but I'm from ESPN Radio and probably try to. That's
my podcast. Smarter Than You is my podcast. Yeah. That guy was a fill-in.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. No, I didn't do that at all. But I was like, hey, great show, and he's like, it sucked. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I went to walk away, and he's like, where are you going? I was like, where am I going? This was over, right? I mean, we said hello.
That's it. Yeah, we're good. That's the encounter. You're a real person with confidence. Adam is like, he doesn't really like himself, and he's certainly not a star.
Yeah, I slunked away, and he's like, where are you going? We're all going to the bar over here. And it was like all the fans, all the people like from the show were, hanging out, and he was meeting and greeting and taking photos and all that stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. And so I was like, he's like, yeah, sit over there. He's like, meet me over there. We'll get a drink. And I'm like, now I'm like, I'd feel bad if I didn't. Like a really nice guy. Like I just felt like, why do you care about me? Like I'm leaving. Like you don't need me around here. And then he was going to go out with one of the openers who I ended up, me and one of the opening guys talked. He was pretty awesome dude. We were having a conversation, and then Brett's like, hey, we're hitting another bar, like let's go. And I was like, no, I'm not trying to hone in on your guys' night. Like that wasn't the intention. Like I was just saying hi, great job. I don't know what's going on here. So I let them go. I was like, I'm not gonna interfere. But that's the kind of situations like we've talked about this a lot. Like I find myself in these things all the time where I'm like, it'd be cool. Like I wasn't opposed to going out and hanging out, but I was at the same time like, why do you care about what I'm like. Just tell me to go home. Like, why are you including me? I'm nothing. I never understand like why I'd be included.
He's being polite.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But then you also feel like a jerk. You're like, he's being incredibly polite and nice and inclusive, but like now I feel like a jerk saying no too. I just don't know what to do in those situations.
I'm sure he doesn't remember.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
It's probably fair.
Right. Don't get too full of yourself. I'm sure he moved on immediately and got hammered that night and was like, whatever.
I'm 100% positive of that. But in the moment, I just felt like it was weird. I don't know.
Which, by the way, when you, I didn't really get an invite. You just, I did reach out to you and you were like, hey, we're down at South Point. I didn't put 2 and 2 together that's why you were there.
Well, we were kind of saying to meet us there.
Well, you did say it, but I forgot that he was playing and that it was a comedy show. So I was like, I don't drive that far.
It's really not that far.
It's not that far, but
the only anything that's on a freeway. I just said Aliante's far, so I'm an idiot. Yeah. Anything that's like on the freeway and 2 different points that are both on the freeway, like your house is on the freeway and South Point's on the freeway. Anytime you got 2 points on the freeway, it's not far. It's when you have to like get off the freeway and go in different directions where it sucks.
It's good. That's solid driving advice.
Yeah,
exactly. I could have hit 4 or 5 targets, except they're closed. Brady. It was like probably 11:30 at night, 11:45 after Dave and I had finished up on. That's a good point right there, Ray. That's exactly kind of what I'm talking about. So yeah. South Point has horses.
They're not wandering around. I mean, they've got that like they've got like the I don't even know what you call it, stable out back where when they have competitions, they're there, and then back by my house. Honestly, when I go on walks around the neighborhood here, there's a horse property less than a half mile from me.
I believe it.
I'm in the middle of a massive complex.
Yeah, well, all you people built around that poor guy's horse farm. Like, there's certain pockets of town. I'm sure there are people like, God damn it, man! I bought this 40 years ago. Pricks are all surrounding me.
There's a horse farm that has 1 row of houses. The back side has like a condo complex. The front side is an apartment complex, and then the other side of him is a huge development, and it surrounds his horse farm. And as I walk through over there, it stinks so bad. I'm like, why? Like, why would you buy a house right here? It's ridiculous. Now, luckily I'm far enough away.
How do you not know? Is it because of the summer heat? Like they looked at it when it was colder out and they're like, it's good. And then all of a sudden during the summer, they're like, oh my God, it smells like horse shit.
Maybe. You would think that the pig farm was awful.
Where was the pig farm in Spring Valley?
Well, I don't think it was, I mean, maybe there was Spring Valley. The only one I know is the one out by like Mojave High School. And when I would go,
what's up, Yankorn?
What's up, bro? When I would go cover games out there,
right?
Oh my God! But I think it's so developed now. I don't know. I don't go out there ever. I don't think it's there. It might have been by that North 5th Target that you were at.
No, you just said Spring Valley.
It wasn't. I mean, maybe there was a different one.
All right. Good question, Tony. Why do people buy homes near airports? I don't know.
I don't mind that. I know 2 of our friends live in a house like literally like touching the airport property, and it's so easy to just go to the airport from there.
Who's that?
Billy and Andy.
Oh, they live there now? Okay.
Live at like Sunset and 215.
God. What a life Andy leads. I saw he posted a picture. He's like bragging about something about playing golf and
the eagle.
Like 300-yard drive and an eagle. And I'm like, man, this guy's like, he really is a TV character.
He played 6 rounds last week.
It's unreal. He's a TV show character. I watched so many TV. Well, actually, we know what I was going to say. I watched so many TV shows where I don't know what I just watched tonight with the SO. It was something really weird. It was I don't know. But it was, like people on the show just aren't working. And we do know a lot of people who are still like, yeah, you know what? I'll go back to work whenever.
Well, he's got a little side business that he's working on.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Legal or illegal?
It's legal.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's qualified or he's, licensed, but it's legal.
Like we saw do we tell the story? I mean, this isn't embarrassing anybody, right? Brady selling drugs.
No.
Did we tell? I don't even know that the audience really has. The Markness been on this? Has Mark Moore been on this podcast?
I think he has maybe once. I want to say this. I don't know if you're bringing it up because of a reason, but he literally texted me as we were going on the air.
Oh yeah.
Said he just got back today. He was in Texas.
Okay. Like, we got to hang out with him. That was a great time.
He's like, let's go hang out. I was like, we're starting the show in like 2 minutes, bro.
See how lucky you guys are. We blew off going out with our buddy Mark Moore. But I don't know if we told the story last time, and it's just kind of funny. Last time we went out with Mark, and it had been like forever since we'd gone out with him. And for folks that don't know, Mark was our promotions director for the longest time. Like, fun guy, like generally in a great mood all the time. He's a nice guy to be around, and he likes to throw him back. And we were out with Judge Dan from our Thursday podcast, and like Dan went like all judge on him. Like that was the first time. Like when Dan's on here, he explains things pretty well, but like I'm like, he's an attorney, he's like a radio guy. Like I don't see the judge thing. He's kind of nice. Like I don't see him being like really lecturing people. And he went into like full lecture mode on Mark.
Yeah.
I was like, here we go. There's Judge Dan.
Get a job. Like settle down.
He just kept going. He's like, I don't get it. Why aren't you working? He's like, he doesn't want to work. He's gonna work when he wants. It's always that uncomfortable. Yeah. Anytime you mix different groups of people together, there's always that you're like, is this gonna work?
Oh yeah.
And it for a little while it didn't work. Yes, Pickle Gamer. Thanks for your sacrifice.
And you always feel like responsible, like you feel guilty if it doesn't work out right.
Well, I was trying to, I was explaining to both of them, like, just everyone calm down. Like, it's getting weird. Stop.
Well, he kind of sounded like your boy, Dr. Travis today.
What is this about?
Once again, I guarantee, I bring up the fact that Dr. Clay Travis guaranteed that less than 10 people would die from COVID in America. And yet he claims to be the expert on guaranteed less than 10 people die.
He's still going, huh?
We're now well over 600,000, and I think that's an undercount. And he guaranteed to be less than 10 people, and yet is still claiming superiority, like knowledge superiority on here. So good for him. But he was going off today again about the people just won't work because they're just getting too rich off unemployment, blah, 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 blah. Shouldn't the response to that be maybe we need to pay people more when they're actually doing jobs?
Yeah.
Isn't that the proper response?
I don't know. I talked to a listener last week at Cannery, and I was like, hey, what do you do for a living? He's like, I'm a slot tech. I was like, okay, so, where are you working? He's like, I'm not. And immediately I was like, I don't blame you. I'm like, until they raise salaries, and they're probably going to have to get people back, then don't go back.
Good.
So
yeah, pay people better, and then they will go back.
Yeah,
like that seems to be the answer.
But here's, first of all, we know that Doc it's a bit,
of course,
and secondly, he's not like. Do you think he ever has a real conversation with someone like I just had last week with a guy? You know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to go back, don't go back. And if you think they're gonna boost your pay 20%, then wait. Or maybe you get a job that is a boost from what you got. Maybe you get a better job. I'm not here to judge. I don't know what your financial situation is, so do what you want.
Whenever I hear any person say I can't find people. Yeah, there's an easy answer to that.
Sure you can.
Of course you can.
Pay more.
Pay more.
Pay more.
Pay a real
yes.
wage.
Yes. Well, what do you pay? And then when they tell you, you're like, I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah. It's just.
And the other thing is, a lot of places that a lot of people aren't going back to places that were employed. I mean, isn't it natural for people to have a feeling like, hey, you didn't stick it out with me. You basically said, fuck off, get out of here. Now I'm supposed to come running back. Like, okay.
And yes, Razorback scoop out that's what I said from the beginning.
So the pig farm was in North Las Vegas and sold it off. Yeah. Okay. 2016.
Wonder where we get our pigs from, man.
God damn it.
What?
I was going somewhere with the Mark Moore and Judge Dan story, but now I forgot. It'll pop back in a second. I forget too easily. Oh, you know what? I was going to make the stupid transition. We didn't tell the end of the story. Mark was annoyed, so we've kept this quiet, and then Judge Dan doesn't want us to get out. But Mark did walk out to his car. He did walk back in with a pistol, and he shot Dan in the ankle. So
that didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen. But apparently, these things happen at local bars.
Apparently, or at least
this is nuts. This is nuts. So what? PTs at Decatur and Charleston. Seriously?
Yeah.
Has everyone seen the story?
We'll get some feedback on it, but yeah, I mean, I was reading it to you earlier, and I said
it's beyond comprehension. Come on,
it's
yes.
in the Walmart. It's in the Walmart Plaza. Yeah,
it's right across. It's right across from Blueberry Hill, right down the road from Olive Garden, where Breadstick Nick and Minestrone Mike used to work. I don't know if everyone knows Breadstick Nick.
Long-time listeners of the program.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say the last time I think I was in there, that was Minestrone Mike's going away party.
Jesus,
was right there, right next to the Olive Garden that he worked at. Not only is it a murder, like as dumb as this is to say, or as as morbid as it is to say, like shootings happen, murders happen. I wish they didn't. I wish they happened far less and not at all, and everything else. But like those things happen. But I mean, that's a throwback. So just to go back, we had a couple of listeners who we became friends with who both worked at Olive Garden, and would tell us some of the greatest stories ever. God. Especially Minestrone Mike had some just unbelievable stories about customers and how bad they were.
Do you think, like, every once in a while, do you think back to the things we lost during the pandemic? And it wasn't necessarily because of the pandemic, but we had such a good connection at that Olive Garden.
Oh,
that I'll never get back.
No.
Fuck.
No, it was great.
And where does he? Is he still with the same lady, Rose?
Yeah, they're in Georgia.
Are they in Georgia or Florida?
No, Florida. Destin, Florida.
No, is that the beach town on the Panhandle?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you sure?
I thought so.
I'm never gonna go there.
No,
I'm never gonna see him again.
Maybe they'll come back some point.
I hope. Yeah, Truth from Duluth says I had a pasta pass. I'm surprised I'm alive.
Oh, look at that! It's Tony's story. That Tony is in here and he wrote the story.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to it. One more note. No, I would say for Adam, the Olive Garden, the connection didn't rise to the level of Super Salad or Sweet Tomatoes. That. God, we should make a list of the things we lost in the pandemic, and we'll have people like really serious stuff, and Adam like at the top of the list will be like Sweet Tomatoes.
Oh, can I tell you? Like
it was your life,
Steve. It was, but I mentioned it earlier. We did take a baby to Chuck E. Cheese this weekend. The baby had zero interest in going. The baby's 10 months old, has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
We took the baby because we wanted to play the games at
Chuck E.
really? Cheese. So we had to take a baby, and you're not allowed to go on your own. Like apparently adults aren't allowed to go to Chuck E. Cheese without a kid. So we took the baby to go to Chuck E. Cheese, and they had a salad bar, and I was so excited. We had already eaten dinner, so I didn't get it, but I was like, wait, salad bars aren't dead? They're still a thing?
They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back. They're gonna make it come. Human beings cannot do without their salad bars.
It's true. We need them, and hopefully it does come back. God, by the way, Sweet Tomatoes closed like the day the pandemic started.
So is Jim alleging that Sweet Tomatoes was just it was in trouble?
Well, dude, they
was in trouble, and they're like, this is not a terrible break for us.
I'm not kidding. They I ate at Sweet Tomatoes the night before like everything closed down. Remember like when that one day everything started?
Yeah.
I ate there the night before. I went back the next day. It said closed, and I was like, "Oh man, they're closed down temporarily." And then I saw one of the people I know that works there, and they're like, "No, we're out of business." And I'm like, "What? It's not even 24 hours."
Who's the guy you knew there who freaking loved you?
His name was Brandon.
Brandon, yeah.
Yeah, but there was a bunch of them.
God,
that we're friends with.
If I had known 10 days out this was all going to end, I always had issues with their chunky chicken noodle soup, but now that it's gone, I'm like I could always dress it up. Like I always thought it was bland, but you put some hot sauce in it. Like I miss it so much.
Well, their pastas the pastas were just an abortion.
They weren't great. It was the soup. It was the soup that was good.
No, the salad was good.
They had a nice salad bar. Today was National Pudding Day, by the way. I might have to do this on the air tomorrow, but I'll start crying that Sweet Tomatoes is gone.
Good pudding. They had really good sugar-free pudding too.
When the fuck am I going to eat pudding? I'm going to go to Costco and get like a giant tub of pudding, and then the SO is not going to eat it. And have like 2 days of pudding and just throw out the whole freak. Do I get the little cups? It's not the same as the Sweet Tomatoes pudding.
No.
This has gotten sad.
It's sad.
By the way, there is a guy who actually died at PT. So maybe can we get back to the real sadness here?
No, we're getting some very important conversations in about Sweet Tomatoes being lost during the pandemic. Sucked. Somebody asked about the backstory, but yeah, we met some listeners that were from Olive Garden, and we're now friends with them.
Yeah.
And we gave them the nicknames of Breadstick Nick and Minestrone Mike because that's two of the more popular items there. And Mike had a great way of telling stories about dealing with customers and like people that would come in and be like, "No, we just want the free breadsticks and salad." And you're like, "You have to order an entree for that." Like, "No, we're good. We'll just want the breadsticks and salad." And it would happen every day.
Scamming the OG left and right. All they dealt with, it seemed like all they dealt with were people trying to come in and cheat the system. And you know what happens? You know what happens when people cheat the system? They break it and put it out of business, and they cost the rest of us.
And he said like at least once a day you'd have like a group of 5 people come in. One person would order an entree, and they would all say like, "Bring us all breadsticks and salad." Like, no, it's not how it works. Like, what are you talking about? But we had a lot of great stories about how many breadsticks you could bring out and all those things that we got all the inside information from the Olive Garden, which was amazing.
No, absolutely not. I don't scam stuff. Absolutely not. Nope. I've seen the downside of the scammers. I never did. I'm all honesty on that one. Won't do it. Won't do it. I saw the great scam that went on for about 3 years. It's probably longer than that at the Orleans with the drink tickets. I'll never do it again. I didn't do it, but I will never try to break a system. I do things in moderation because I appreciate the freebie system. But people are just greedy, man.
I actually
they'll put the OG won't go out of business. That'll be it. It's listen, not to get too serious, but where I saw the Orleans drink ticket nonsense where people would just hoard drink tickets, and then it was ridiculous. But where did I first experience this, Adam? You know, going back now 30 or so years, I saw the great scam of all of them, and that is the media and the free food at games.
Sure. It's not really a scam, though.
Taking too much broke the system.
Sure. Who was it? Lasorda that went after Sports Pay?
It was actually Michael Buffer. So
that's right. Michael Buffer.
But I mean, in the case of Pig literally was like borderline homeless.
Yeah.
And had no money 2 days after payday. So if he wanted to load up, and he's a big guy. No, it goes back. You know, it goes back to it's too much. You eat in moderation. You appreciate what you get. You don't try to break the system. So
fair.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this could be part of breaking the system too.
True.
Is the 6 entrees with the 6 separate checks? I mean, I think that's the drink ticket scam. Basically, was there were we used to give out like a drink ticket or two, minimum $20 bet, and you like dudes would walk up and they would have a stack like this high. And after a while, you're like, I knew eventually they were going to crack down on it, and it went on for probably 5 or 6 years, and it just house of cards. It all fell apart.
When they would tip some of the writers like $5 to get like 100 tickets.
That too.
And then they would
So
sell them.
people behind the counters were part of it, and it's part of the whole town's kind of gotten broken with the corporate attitude that nothing is for free now. So
to Brady's question, which VGK media member, and by the way, the Olive Garden thing was tying into something, so I'll get back to it. So VGK, different than most sporting events, especially in town, there actually was a charge. So a little bit different than most spots. So not everybody would go in there. And this year with COVID, they just had like a prepackaged meal. I would say some of the people, and it was free, it was prepackaged.
Oh, it was.
But I would say some of the people that get media passes that don't actually have jobs,
right,
would be the most likely to take advantage in that way.
Yep.
There are some people in the press box that don't actually have a job, which is funny.
And there's probably going to be a few Raiders media people again this year who could be culprits in trying to take 2-3 meals.
No, Brady, they have a job.
Nah, they're come on. Sin Bin's fine.
Yeah,
on that front.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty good with Sin Bin overall.
Yeah,
I think they're good.
All right, I cut you off on the OG connection.
No, so what I was gonna say, so the going away party for Mike was at that PT's. Yeah. That's where we started having this conversation. So that was the last time I was there when he was leaving town, and maybe, and so that was the last time I was there. So what happened at this PT's, for those that haven't seen it, and thank you, Tony, for posting your story there. What it sounds like is there. Well, it doesn't sound like there was a shooting. A patron at the bar who is described by the bartender as a regular shot and killed another patron that was described as a regular. Now, obviously, what you would think is, all right, these two guys are regulars. They know each other. They got in a fight. One shot the other, and that's what happened. The police watched the footage of the murder, and they were like, wait a minute, they really don't even interact. Like, they never had an interaction. So apparently at one point, the eventual murderer tried to do a cheers, like a air cheers to the victim, and he didn't respond. He had his back turned. He was actually on the phone, so maybe that pissed him off. Nobody knows, because nobody saw any interaction between them at the bar. And then the murderer comes over and shoots the victim, kills him, leaves his tab open at the bar. So easy to find out who did that. Open and shut case. Now, the other part of this is that the guy who was the murderer leaves, takes off. He gets caught because his credit card is still open. His debit card is still open, whatever it was. The police bring him in, ask him why he did it. And his response was, I don't remember doing anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about. They showed him the video of him killing the other guy. And his response was, well, guess it's an open and shut case. Like, he's like, I don't remember doing this. I don't know what you're talking about, but it looks like it's me, and it looks like I shot him. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Really, really bizarre. It's true. Close your tab first. I think that would be a smart thing.
And they got the guy, obviously, as Adam just said. So, I mean, he basically confessed. They got him. Yeah, it makes no sense.
Right. It wasn't open and shut case. It was case closed. You're right. That was the case closed. Like, yeah, crazy. So, like, I mean, you would think that maybe there was an altercation, maybe something crazy went down, but it seems like he just randomly. I don't know. Was it that was he mad that he didn't respond to the cheers? Who knows? And I don't think it's amnesia. I think it's alcohol would be the answer to why he forgot or why he didn't know or what was going on. But good Lord, if you're going to kill somebody, have a reason, please. You don't want to sit in jail for the rest of your life and not even have a reason for doing it. I mean, first I would say don't kill somebody. I mean, imagine just going to jail for the rest of your life and not even knowing why you did it, not even having a reason why you did it.
Which would lead you to believe that it wasn't just 3 drinks, right?
No, God, no.
Yeah, like there was something else involved.
Well, unless you're, yes. Why do you have a gun? Also fair. The MGM, it looks like, was false alarm. As Aaron is saying here, somebody tweeted out that there was a shooting, like in the lobby or somewhere at the MGM, and I saw pretty quickly one of the public information officers from Metro responded to the tweet, and like we were on scene within seconds. There was no shooting, no gun.
Initial report from Wayne Allen Root.
Oh, did he also post it?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
It goes back to
I don't know.
1 October and all that nonsense.
Yeah, he was all over it. He had some great.
He was dynamite.
Yeah.
When apparently there were gunmen and shootings at like multiple properties up and down the strip. Okie dokie.
Yeah. And it was terrorists. Save that question for Wednesday, Brady. Does the bar have liability?
How about this one? I've known drunks who have some kind of disassociation order. They'll do something and immediately forget they did it. Yep.
Yeah.
I know people like that.
Yeah. Scary. Definitely scary. Just crazy.
Sorry, I was just looking through the comments.
No, I was going to answer. Somebody asked about parking. Yeah, good luck. I mean, usually McGregor fights at New York, I think are 40 or 45, maybe 50. But I think with Garth at Allegiant Stadium across the street, I mean, I'm doing 100.
It's going to be the first real test. You guys were kind of arguing with me when I was first talking about the different places to park that might be an alternative. By the way, did MGM ever release what their parking plan is for the Raiders games? Maybe I missed it. I remember the date because it was supposed to be June 14th when they were going to release what they were doing. So I don't know if they came out publicly with what their plan is, because it's going to be really interesting to see, $90 and $100 anywhere right around Raider Stadium, $50 and $40 within like 3/10 of a mile, not 3/10, 3/4 of a mile. And then what's going to happen to the Mandalay garage, the Luxor garage, the Excalibur, / T-Mobile garage, all of that surface parking. That's going to be fascinating. And I guess we'll get our first test with the Garth show. And like you said, Connor.
Are you going to either?
No, I'm actually leaving town that weekend.
Oh, darn it.
Why? You need a ride?
I land at 1:00 on Saturday.
I think I'm actually flying. I don't know. I didn't make the plans. I think Friday night we're flying.
Smart.
Down to where JVT's hanging out now. Another Newport Beach vacation.
So yeah, I live. Oh man, I mean, the plan of staying at a hotel on Dean Martin, which I've talked about before.
Oh yeah,
you could do it, but I imagine, I haven't checked, but I imagine, first of all, sold out for these events, but you have to book like Raiders games now, and I'm sure they're like $400.
Has anyone checked Motel 6?
Well, I mean,
and what's the other one up? What's the other one right up the road? Is it Royal Galaxy?
No, they've got no, that one's closed, isn't it? I think it was like a homeless shelter now. But I'm
no, it's not. I don't think it's closed.
I am covering UFC, but I'm landing. I'm at a wedding Friday night up in Northern California, so I'm landing at 1:00 on Saturday and going straight to the fight.
Have you checked Wild Wild West?
No, but I mean that's it's easy for T-Mobile.
Have you checked the home place combo Hilton or whatever that thing is that That's on the corner there. That actually has a really big parking garage.
I'm thinking about the other side though. The all the series of Marriott hotels right next to the Crazy Horse.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I'll do it right now. I mean, I don't know who else can get the rates. I'm a platinum member at Marriott. So I think they have a policy, even if they're sold out, they need to give you a room. So I'll see what's available right now for that night. Let's see.
What about your free parking?
For Marriott's?
No, free parking for events.
Oh no. Not for fights.
Nope. Press mesh. It's just whatever I'm trying to say.
Lord. So I don't think. Let's see if there's a map option here.
Casey, this is in a couple of weeks, not this week.
No.
And actually, there won't on 7/9. I think it's a Friday. We won't do one that night because I'm flying out, and I think Koken's going to San Diego that weekend. Yeah, the old Golden Palm is now like a combo. I don't know what it is. Homewood Suites, Hilton thing. It looks beautiful. It's right on the corner there. Kind of, cross corner, caddy corner, whatever the terminology is from Wild Wild West.
So the Residence Inn next to Crazy Horse.
Right.
You want to guess the rate from me?
Wait, this is your UFC rate?
It's not my UFC rate. It's my Bonvoy Platinum rate.
Oh, that's right. You're like freaking top notch at Marriott. That's so Garth Brooks night and Connor night.
Residence Inn.
175.
Thank you for playing the game well. It's a 470.
Woo!
That's a little bit insane.
I mean, Orleans is too far to walk. Orleans, Brady on the react. Brady said 239 and then responded, "The fuck?"
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. Welcome to Las Vegas. We are getting you.
Here, you see it? I don't know. Too bright.
Yeah. Wow, nice. It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful hotel.
Northwest 203 at the Fairfield Northwest. I think that's a little too far.
Where's that at?
Like Centennial Hills.
That's the closest place you can get for less than $225.
Completely crazy.
Cameron's like, I'm gonna sleep in the car.
That's insane. Yeah, I guess I could use points. I'm not wasting my points to stay over there. It's ridiculous. But that's what it's going to be for all games, though. I mean, I've heard people say this. Yeah. I've heard people talk about this. Oh, I'll just stay at those hotels right there.
No.
You have any idea how much it's going to cost?
Why would they? Clue? They're going to kill people over it.
Yeah.
Or those weekends. Why would they lower the price if they can get it?
They shouldn't. It's nuts, though.
We've been through this before. We tried to get Adam to do it at Raiders camp in Napa Valley, but he didn't do it.
I should have. Yeah, for when I covered Raiders camp in Napa Valley with Hard Knocks, Aaron, that's what we were gonna do. I was gonna be like an old timey press guy, and have Hard Knocks like show me every day. But I decided not to. I thought it'd be kind of clownish, like my first year, kind of on the beat. That would be a little bit silly.
Seagull Suites.
There's not one. I guess there's one on Tropicana, right where the Uber lot is.
Yep, Seagull Suites. That's like a primetime location now.
It is. Let's see. All right,
Martin trying to go with Martin with the glass half full but the money you'd save on the parking.
All right, so this is great. You mentioned the Motel 6.
Yep.
You want to stay there? I can book a room right now.
$225.
Can you see it? No.
Not yet.
Sorry.
Does it say what? $499?
Oh, there's $329 actually.
$329.
$499 and a $329.
Yeah, that's going to be a crazy place. I mean, it's within walking distance.
Could you imagine paying $329 at that Motel 6?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine
gonna
going into the Can you imagine going into the room and then looking around and being like, "This room sucks." Like, what do you expect? The front desk is going to laugh at you.
That's insane. Completely insane.
The Garth parking prices are out. Let's see.
My tweets are loading.
That's so crazy. Yeah. That first weekend.
75 at Mandalay, 70 at New York. No, 70 at. Sorry. 75 Mandalay, 70 Luxor, 65 New York. Perfect.
What's the 55? North of Tropicana.
Well, that's the T-Mobile garage, right? The New York one.
Might be the what's it called? Park MGM.
Oh, I think that's on the other side of Park, right there, though. That little hump above the 55, I think, is Park Avenue.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, Uber time. What do you think the Uber surge is going to be like? 75 each way?
Yeah, that's why I'm worried about getting from the airport. Even the airport to, for those that aren't in Vegas, the airport to T-Mobile is like a mile and a half. Probably $50.
Wait, what are you suggesting?
If I took an Uber, if I landed at 1 o'clock and took an Uber to the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what I'll do is I'll come home and take an Uber from my house, which is probably about the same price anyway.
What do you think about 30 for Aria and Park MGM and then walk?
Not bad.
It's not close though. It's a lot longer than you think.
Well, for Garth, I'm saying for the fight though, but yeah, for Garth, it's far. It's going to be.
Well, I mean, Sisolak did lift the price surge block, so I don't know. Tell me, people, are the last week or so has it picked up? Are there a lot more Uber and Lyft drivers back? Or are they still like screw it?
Good question. I haven't taken one in a while. Last time I took one, it was almost impossible to get one.
So, Adam, are you guys going to cover this story that was on LV Locally?
Which one is that?
Has it been discussed at the paper? LV Locally today was saying that if you attended
the
VK home game, you may want to get tested for COVID. She is saying that she's gotten at least 3 DMs. LV Locally person has gotten 3 DMs about fans getting sick in the past week. I guess this one, 6 people I work with, all unvaccinated, have COVID right now. One of them with pneumonia. All of them were going to VGK games last round. So, has anyone else heard anything like that?
I have. I'm pretty sure other people around the show have.
I have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've heard the same thing. Not surprising.
Anyone in the audience?
I don't think I'm supposed to talk about people going to large events and getting COVID.
What does that mean?
I mean, there were some pretty high-profile incidents of that last month. I'm staying away from.
Okay. No, nothing from Justin Watkins.
Thanks, Brady.
Yeah. Tony says he hasn't heard anything. Yeah, I have a friend who's been super careful about it. He is vaccinated, and he and a buddy went to, I think it was game 2, and they both got it. They both tested positive for COVID, and the guy I know was feeling like shit too. So they got a test. And this is the kind of person who's been super careful, and also as someone who's immunocompromised at home. So it's a super big deal. So, I mean, I'm not shocked. It's to be expected. You know, we're at whatever we're at now. Brady, you're the fully vaccinated stats guy. So have we cracked 60% in Vegas, Clark County?
To Rourke's question, yes,
Yeah.
95% effective, which
Yeah.
is why we say when people are like, "Who cares if I get it? You got it." Yeah, 95% means that if everybody gets it, that drastically cuts down on the numbers. But if one person is unvaccinated and gets it, then there is that 5% chance that you pass it on. That's why everybody needs to do it. It's a group thing.
I mean, that's what happened to NC State baseball this weekend. That coach wanted everyone to be free to make their own decision, and he had 2 of his unvaccinated players get it. They spread it to 4 vaccinated players, and they were out. So, but yeah, you can still get it. No, I mean, no one said the vaccine prevents you from getting it. Hopefully, it freaking diminishes most of the effect. But like I said, and my friend who was vaccinated was feeling like ass. So, and yes, do the math. 5% doesn't mean no chance.
Yeah. But if 2 people are both vaccinated, then that number, look how low that number is. That's math. And I know people like to mock science. I've heard that so fucking much lately. No, science, yeah. That's math. That's science. It'll tell you that. If
This
it's
can't
95% accurate.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's not good. Not
good. I knew we were lagging. I think we were like 39. I know, was it Nevada was 39th in the country. I thought we were above 50% fully vaccinated. Oh boy.
I thought at least one shot was over that, but yeah.
Well, Martin, do what you got to do, buddy. Yeah, we stalled out all around the country except mostly in the Northeast. Isn't there a Western state that's above like 70% that did really well? I know it's not Utah. New Mexico. No. I think New Mexico kicked ass. They're above 70%.
Yeah.
God damn, we're only at 43% fully vaccinated.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I will. I said it to. NFL just came out with their guidelines, and if we are not vaccinated and don't show a card at the door, then we can't cover the team this year. I mean, you can do it from afar, but you can't be in the locker room. You can't be at the games. You can't be at the facility. And I can't wait to see which media people are not covering the team.
It'll be clear.
Yeah. God damn. If I don't have time. I don't want to do this anymore with Gil. What? We have to realize, like, it is. I understand all this other, but we are doing it for everyone else. So I don't care about you or people around you or people you know. It's for everyone. And the more people that get vaccinated, the less likely it is that people that are immunocompromised die, which means I had antibodies because I had it and I got over it, and I don't think I needed to get the shot, but I did because I don't want other people to die. Like, that's why I got it. So if you don't care about other people dying, then fucking don't get it. Why would you? I mean, go out and shoot people at PTs too. You don't care about other people dying, so that's fine.
Seems harsh.
That's why I got it. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. You don't care. Yeah, I know, Brady. I'm still waiting for that email too.
Oh, the claim last week. The claim last week that people have died from the vaccine
and gone blind. And I said, I would like to cover that story. I'd like to write about it. So, the person that's still in here right now that claim these things happen, I'd love to hear their names so I can follow up and write stories about these people that had these really, really bad reactions to the vaccine. But I still haven't gotten an email yet.
Did you, well, you're so far upstairs, you probably can't even see down. Did you actually, no, I just wondered, did you look around the crowd to see how much of the crowd actually was wearing a mask?
Well, everyone in the media section was. I know that.
You guys have to. Yeah.
Yeah, we still have to. No, I mean, you could tell a little bit. It seemed like not many.
Yeah.
But it's funny as you walk around and you're like, people do. It's still, it makes me laugh every day. But we realize the mask mandate was not it was lifted kind of, but if you're unvaccinated, you're supposed to wear it.
Of course.
So over 50% of people should be wearing masks every day if we're at 42% vaccinated, and I'm definitely not seeing that.
I'd say. I honestly, I don't even look anymore. I don't care. Like very unscientific. When I go to stores, I would say 25% are wearing masks, which is actually kind of encouraging.
Yeah, I see some for sure, which is good. I was about to get mad at Aaron, and then I realized he was joking.
He was joking.
Libtard gobbledygook. You don't want people to die. Yes, it's true.
Who was saying
radical ideas?
So Rourke is saying 95% of Resorts World opening were no masks. I mean, it's to be expected.
Of course. Although most people there were media people, which for the most part are overwhelmingly vaccinated. But
Pickle saying less than 10% on the strip. That's being generous. So, well, I mean, we all know what it is. If you feel comfy, then don't wear the mask. If you don't, you wear the mask. So, whatever.
Again, it's not about you, it's about other people. So
yeah, but just be warned that there probably were some people who were at the Vegas Golden Knights game. A good number of people who got it. So we'll see if there's any sort of.
We've heard from enough different people now that there was kind of at least a mini outbreak.
Yeah,
something was going on because we've all heard it from different places.
So are you guys going to cover this, or is one of the local TV stations going to cover it, or is this kind of the worry with local TV where we're like, well, like, do you want to be pals with the team, or do you want to report stories when maybe they're not so
I don't think it's that
venue friendly?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's something that Justin talked about early in this process. Justin Watkins, when he was on with us, like you've got to. Like you do have to have first of all, it's very, very difficult to prove.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we don't know for sure that they got it there.
Yeah, and if you start saying that, it's one thing for a blogger or somebody on Twitter. I'm not saying that. I'm not denigrating that person. I think that's why there is blogs and why they are beneficial sometimes to get information out there that might not be completely vetted, and you can get it out there. But yeah, I think it would be impossible for us on the record to be like, yeah, this is where everybody got it from.
Right
now, you could say, these people, these 22 people all attended the game and all 22 tested positive. You could do something like that, but now you're stretching and you're insinuating that you're making a case about something, which makes it difficult. And I know people love to mock the media, but the media does have standards. The mainstream media, quote unquote, has standards.
Well, I don't think if there was an outbreak, it's not necessarily reflect. I said the venue, but it's not really a reflection on the venue or the team. I mean, they have rules in place. It's an honor system, and if you're not vaccinated and you don't want to wear a mask, then they're not going to ask for vax cards out the door. So you do what you want to do. So I don't think it's a bad reflection on the organization or the venue.
I wish they would. I saw a story today circulating on Twitter. There's a big outrage because people were like, there's actually businesses that are asking to see your vax card. And I was like, thank fucking God there is. And then somebody's like, it's not true. This is just being made up. And I was like, God, I wish they had. If they had those businesses, I would be frequenting them.
Your wish will never come true.
Yeah, I'd be frequenting those places for sure.
All right. I bet the Canadians. I got what I wanted. Oh, God.
Yes.
Brady, what are you talking about?
Cry for attention tour?
Have you noticed anything? Have you noticed an Ariel Unleashed the last day and a half just flame throwing anyone and everyone? When do we get it? Am I going to get it? You going to get it?
So, well, if he watches that I just called it the Cry for Attention tour, then we'll probably get it soon.
Believe me, we're the last guys that Ariel should be coming after.
Yeah, true.
I mean, you more so because you're more involved with UFC than I am anytime recently, but I think we've been some of his biggest backers. But now he's on the outside looking in, sort of. So it's time to get after it.
Ariel Unleashed.
Yeah. What's this one? Is this in relation to it or something else? What's Poor Hunter?
The UFC lawyer, Ariel really went after him today.
Oh, well.
Hunter gets paid plenty. He can take it.
Is that what he said, or you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Hunter's very good at his job, and he gets well compensated. I think he can take it. A couple tweets.
He called him the GM of the UFC.
Yeah, it's fair. He negotiates the contracts. He's the guy everybody goes to now. So
wow.
Yeah.
Do you think he's ever? You think there was any sort of encounter between Hunter and Ariel over the years? Did he have to deal with them? With some of the threats?
Probably.
Because that would generally be why you go. You get after someone when you feel like, hey, I don't care anymore.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Like, oh yeah, remember that time you talked to me like that, or multiple times? All right.
When you're like, sorry, how bad does that get right now at the buzz?
Pretty buzzy. You losing it?
Got like 8 minutes left.
On your power?
Like 8 minutes left. I'm good.
Yeah. Drew says $5 on Cofield, $2.50 for the Conn Smythe. No, that's not good. Not based on tonight. And I did, Adam, I did say on the show today that I needed Montreal to get destroyed in game 1. So that sets me up with my bet. So now I've got Montreal 5-1, and I've got the Lightning 3-1 to win the series.
But by the way, what's up with Ngannou? Nothing. He just said he couldn't fight in August, but fight in September. So they're like, fine. And it's really, as I pointed out to Steve off air, I think, it's really a slap in the face to Amanda Nunes, who is already on that card, and they don't think she can headline, so they're putting another fight on there because they don't think she can headline on her own, and I think she can.
You said it on air. I'm almost positive.
Okay, I don't know. I never remember anymore.
All right, we're going to run. It's Adam's fault. No, Adam put in good time tonight. We appreciate it. Von Tobel back hopefully next week. He's on vacation now. But who knows, man? I don't know what the month of July is going to bring. I just hope we have our guy Von Tobel back for a lot of shows, because getting up at whatever time he has to get up to do Follow the Money, not good for the rest of us. Man, let's get back to normal.